What's up, ladies and gents? It is Eddie and Josh from Unadulterated Gamers, and now that Call of Duty Ghosts has been out for a week, we're going to run through our first week impressions of playing the game. We're going to cover 3 topics. We're going to talk about guns, maps, and the new game types in the game. So, Josh, you want to take it away, start talking about guns?
Guns. Okay, what I'm using right now in this video is the Remington suppressor with foregrip. Very good gun. I like to use it. It works fairly well long range because it has that increased damage at long range. Suppressor stops at the already, like, it doesn't have that much recoil to begin with. So, yeah. Other thing.
It doesn't have an integrated foregrip, does it?
No, I added that. But you know.
That's a big feature in Call of Duty Ghosts. Integrated foregrip in a lot of not integrated foregrip, but integrated attachments. Several guns have attachments that are permanently on them, which basically allows you to add 3 attachments without the perk that allows you to have 3. So it can be a huge advantage. I guess you could have 4 on some weapons, like the Honey Badger has an integrated silencer. The MR28, a marksman rifle, has integrated foregrip, so yeah. Would you say assault rifles like the Remington, would you say they kind of rule this Call of Duty like past assault rifles have?
I don't know. I pretty much like Black Ops 2 seem like SMGs are really big time, like pretty good, but and so
I would agree with that.
Yeah. I mean the assault rifle's still pretty good. I mean.
Yeah. I still think they're the king of long to mid-range combat, yeah. But I don't think some like the Vector and stuff has really high damage for an SMG, and one of the attachments, muzzle brake, adds range, and you can really actually kind of just pick people off with an SMG. And I mean that's kind of ridiculous, but at the same time, you know, it's competitive among the other classes. What do you think about snipers in this year's COD?
Snipers, they've definitely not removed quickscoping at all, hardly. I mean, they took out the crosshairs on the screen, but, I mean, I never really paid attention to that anyways when I quickscoped, so, I mean, people like, you know, all the big-time quickscopers are going to be able to do as good as they've always had. I mean, the scope brings itself up, you know, as fast, especially with quick draw. I don't know, the sway, I don't know, I kind of have a problem with it sometimes, but, you know, if you're good at sniping, it's not going to be a big deal to you, and just get used to it, and you should be able to own pretty nicely.
Yeah. I think, are there 2 bolt actions, right, and 2 semi-automatic snipers?
Yeah, you have the L1, which is one of my faves, and then you have the, what is it?
USR.
Yeah, the USR.
The other bolt action.
Yeah, that gun, I get destroyed by it a lot. Like, I haven't started to use it yet just because I'm an L1 fanboy from like Modern Warfare 3 and, you know, L96 from the original Black Ops. I like to use all of those a lot.
Yeah. One of the snipers, the SVU, I think, has the integrated silencer, so that's the attachment integrated for the sniper class. One of them has it. I think it's the last one you can unlock.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing with weapons this year, is weapons, attachments, perks, everything is able to be unlocked at the beginning, and you get squad points, you know, for leveling up and completing field operations and stuff, winning games. Yeah. And you can purchase them, so everything's available to everyone at the beginning. You can get stuff. Some stuff comes free later at certain ranks, but right off the bat, you could buy, so to speak, the last sniper rifle.
I mean, every gun in this game kills really fast regardless of what you're using, pretty much.
It really does. There's no stopping power, but the snipers have an attachment that is kind of similar called chrome lined, and it adds to the barrel, so you can't use it with a silencer or anything like you could stopping power, but it increases the damage it does, and it really increases the one-shot kill range. I know Drifter did a really good video on where you can hit somebody and still get a one-hit kill with it attached.
I don't know. I see him every time I've used the chrome line. Like, I feel like I've gotten more hit markers with it than when I've used the suppressor on the sniper. Which suppressor on the sniper does not really reduce the damage at all. You still get one-hit kills more than I think any other Call of Duty, especially like Modern Warfare 3, you pick up the L118 and you put a suppressor on it, you'll get hit markers all the time.
Yeah, but now, and as you can see here, Josh just got the Loki, which is the last assault streak, at 15 kills. He's using hardline, so it's at 14. So
yeah,
just an interesting note there. He's dropping bombs and juggernauts and stuff.
Hair packs. It's a really weird like kill streak to use. This is the first time I've ever used it. It's kind of confusing. Like, hey, we're playing team tactical, so there's not very many people. Like, if we had ground war in this game, this would be a dominating score streak, assault-wise. Like, you'd rack up kills for days if you were using this.
Yeah. Speaking of ground war, that'll lead us into our next topic, which are new game types. Now, Infinity Ward has done away with several game types and changed some, like Search and Destroy is now Search and Rescue, which is basically Search and Destroy, except you can recover the dog tags of fallen friends and fallen enemies. Recovering an enemies means they can't spawn again in that round, but recovering an allies means they will come back the second you pick it up. So it adds an interesting new strategic spin on Search and Destroy. Some people seem to like it, some don't, because you can have a lot of deaths and stuff, but I think it adds a new spin that, you know, like, if you get sniped long range, your friend can bring you back, so you kind of have to, it increases the, more close quarters combat of it, and makes it a bit more hectic at times, I think. Less campy.
Of course, you're always going to get those campers in these game modes, I've realized lately.
Yeah. Yeah. And we'll talk about that later with maps. But, so they've done away with I know they've done away with Demolition and Sabotage. I believe Capture the Flag is gone. Yeah.
Ground War is completely gone.
Ground War is gone, but I've heard, I don't know if it's confirmed or rumors that they'll be bringing it back in next gen, where they'll have more players in all the game types and Ground War, because the maps feel really big right now, and it kind of seems empty, but I hope they add more players, because right now it can be in a dead lobby with only like 4v4 or team tactical 4v4 on these maps can be just kind of slower paced.
Yeah,
not exactly Call of Duty-esque.
Yeah, especially on, they're getting more in like the Battlefield, like, just, like, way of doing it, like.
Yeah. So they've added some new game types, such as Blitz, which is, it's kind of the fix for Capture the Flag, because you can, basically there's 2 points, each team has a point, and to score you have to get inside that point, which then teleports you back out, and it recharges, but you get that point, and you then have to run to it again, until, I think the max score is 16. And I think it's a nice fast-paced game type. I don't think it panders to campers, because with the right speed, the right class setup and stuff, you can get in and score pretty easily. I think it makes for some fast, hectic gameplay.
Yeah, I agree. Like, especially if you're just, I mean, you can even, I'm not gonna, you know, admit to doing any of this, but camp the your defend spot.
You can kind of, but sometimes it doesn't work out all that
well.
well.
Yeah, especially if they slide in, because every time I try to kill someone right before they do that, they slide in and get away, but every time I try to slide in, I get killed right before. Like, I don't understand how it works.
Call of Duty gods don't like you.
No, they don't.
Another added game type is, what's it called? Cranked, which with each kill, your speed is increased and your score is ×2. It's basically just like a faster-paced team deathmatch or a faster-paced kill confirmed, which also makes a return. Kill confirmed does. Then another game type, Hunted, which I don't think we've gotten extensive playing time in. It basically starts you out with limited equipment, and you kind of have to secure zones. I think it's kind of like Drop Zone from Modern Warfare 3. That's what that was called, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that puts an interesting spin on things. But it's similar to Team Deathmatch. You kind of just fight over domination when it comes to weapons and stuff. But the core domination Team Deathmatch, kill confirmed, like I said, all return in Ghosts. And Infected comes back from Modern Warfare 3. Very similar to that game's version. I don't think there's any major changes to it, are there?
Yeah, I mean, you don't spawn with a random weapon anymore. You just spawn with a pistol and, like, the infected get the throwing knife, of course, and all that.
Okay. So we're gonna move on to maps. The map Josh is playing on right now is called Warhawk. It's I would say it's probably one of the good medium-sized maps in the game, wouldn't you?
Yeah, this is definitely one of my more go-to maps that I like to play on.
Yeah, it's big, but it's not too big. One thing about this year's Call of Duty we've noticed is there are a lot of multi-layered levels. Like Chasm, one of the huge maps, has three or four floors that you can use. And this map, I think it's only got two, but it's got a lot of windows and stuff, a lot of vantage points that if a team can take over, it can be a huge tactical advantage to capping and stuff and Dom.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really all there is about the map. It seems like they've gone for a more Battlefield-esque big maps. They've added the dynamic maps like Strike Zone getting destroyed. Sovereign has heal on gas, which gets in your way. And there's only one, seems to be really small map, which is Strike Zone, mentioned earlier. But it's not even that tiny. It still has its tactical points, like I said, about all the maps. But I think that about. Do you have anything else to add for maps, Josh?
No, that's probably about it. Except for they're big, especially like Stonehaven.
They are big. Stonehaven and Whiteout are huge. So that about wraps up our first impressions video. We'll have a lot more gameplay to come and other videos.
Till next time, see ya.